Hello and welcome to Impact Africa, our online talk show where we get to have conversations with diverse people and organizations who are impacting lives positively. In today's program, I've got a dynamic woman, Mrs. Patricia Mudiayi. I need to get it right. She's the founder director of Kwesu, which is a not-for-profit organization based in Cape Town. And yes, this is your girl, Kemi Akiodibayo, known as Mama K. My sister, welcome. How are you?
Thank you, Kemi. Thank you. I'm doing fine.
Okay.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
No, it's lovely. So, I know you're from Congo, and you were probably born in Congo, or where were you born? Let me start with that.
Born in Congo, feed in Congo. I went to school in Congo, and I did most of my life in Congo.
Most of
Primary school and high school in Kipushi. That's where I did my primary school, and I went to another town for my high school. It's a Catholic school where I did 6 years.
Okay.
And I did chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I went to university where I did chemical engineering.
Right.
Then,
So you're a chemical engineer?
Yeah, I'm a chemical engineer. And then after that, I came to Cape Town.
Before we move to how you ended in Cape Town, what was like growing up for you in Congo?
That long ago. Life in Congo was beautiful growing up. We had a lot of things that we were doing as a young kid, and a lot of programs that the school and the community were organizing. We have things like sport in school, and we have a holiday program that was quite special.
Right.
On the holiday program, we have like every morning for the holiday, we wake up and go to the, call it to a center.
Okay.
Where we have to go, we have to play, and we have different we have different games according to the age.
I see.
So with that, what was happening, each group has to do something, and end of the day, they give you biscuit and then you go home.
Right.
And we will have competition before the holiday program finished. And after the competition, let it be soccer, let it be volleyball, let it be, and so on. We'll have a sort of exhibition where we'll have to expose the different things that we did during the holiday, and people will have to show off the different things that they made, and people will have to choose things like when you grow up, what is that you want to become?
I see.
And then
so that was done with you at a very tender age.
Yes,
okay.
And then we have to expose it. So our group, let's say we choose to be doctors, we have to do dress like doctors and show off how you want to.
And probably play the role of the
medical doctors. Those who have chosen to be lawyers have to show. Those who have chosen to be, part of the army and different things. So
what did you choose for yourself at that age? Can you remember?
I used to say I would become a lawyer. I used to say I would become a soldier. Those type of things.
You were changing.
And then changing and so on. Otherwise, it was so beautiful. Beautiful, and that was the things that they still play in my mind.
Right.
And,
so, how did you end up in South Africa?
South Africa, that's a long story again. South Africa
Very
is
short.
when I was looking actually for a job.
Okay.
And then trying to find a job in Congo, I didn't find a job. And then I just try and say, let me try and go and find a job in South Africa. So that
you just made that decision and said, have you been before
no,
that? So you've never been,
I've
so
never
you were a
been.
risk taker.
Yes, I was just taking a go and try and see what is happening in South Africa, maybe I can find a job. But the only thing I know, I have my brother here. So I just came to South Africa. for the job. That's the only thing that brought me to South Africa.
So, and I believe the fact that you had a brother here was a boost, for you. That okay, there could be a family support, there somewhere. So you took a risk and you came, and then you arrived. Which year did you arrive?
I arrived in 1998.
1998. So, what has been your journey?
When I arrived, my brother helped me to start a business in Green Market Square.
Okay.
And for 5 years I was in Green Market Square. It was tough, but I had.
What were you selling in Green Market Square?
I was selling wood from Malawi, wood from Zimbabwe.
Wood?
The kilos.
Oh, okay, yes.
From Malawi, from Zimbabwe, and some stuff from Congo as well, clothing, batiks, and so on. So I made a living with Green Market Square for 5 years. Then I could take my son to school and I could pay my rent. And then I had an opportunity with another organization, Startup Center. They organize, I think I did talk about it in one of my TED Talks. They organize exam for people who have a math and science background because they were looking for teachers.
Right.
And I was part of that. And then I get an opportunity to find a job at Lip Science and Med School.
Okay.
That's how I started my teaching. And
that is at Lip Science. Yes.
Lip Science and Med School.
So you're a teacher currently as well?
Yes, I am a teacher currently since 2004. So after my 5 years at Green Market Square, and then I start teaching.
What do you teach?
I teach math,
okay.
science, and life science,
okay.
and health orientation.
Wow.
So I've been teaching for 15 years now.
Okay.
At Lip Science and Med School.
Interesting. So you took a risk, left Congo with a brother here to come here, set up, at the Green Market Square. Why business at that time? Was it something you were used to, or something you felt there was no other alternative?
Why business? There were another alternative. So that was the easiest things that I could do.
Okay.
And with the support of my brother, because he was in that business, so
he gave you that lift up.
It was easy.
So now let's go to Kwesu. What's the meaning of Kwesu for us?
Kwesu means home.
Home. In what language?
It's in Bemba. Bemba is one of the languages spoken in Congo and in Zambia.
Right.
So, home.
Home, okay.
Just like you're saying, I'm going home. Is missing that feeling of home. Bring me to start a home in South Africa. Not only for me, but for others. People.
So is it just people from Congo, or is it open to everybody?
For everybody. You just, when you come...
Women specifically?
Women specifically, but it happened that we have men at some stage.
Right.
Or if it happened that they are on our journey, they are welcome. So it just happened that at some point, I had that feeling that I was missing home. Even if things are fine, even if things are great, you just feel that you're missing home. And I get to feel that other women also are missing the home. Missing home.
So what do you do in Kwesu?
Actually, the main idea behind is to empower other women.
Right.
With the journey I went through, Green Market Square, and then to get the job, it was not an easy journey. You like missing something. You like you want to be happy. You want joy. You want happiness. So when that is missing, you just like you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
So at some point, when I get the job, I felt like other people are still going through what I went.
And you've already kind of been through it, so you're able to say, you know what, I learned this, I was able to do that, let's journey together.
Let's do it together. I know what it is to stay in your home with nothing to do, no one to speak to, nowhere to go, because you have nowhere to go. You don't have families like back home where you can go and visit.
Yeah.
You don't have friends like back home where you can go and visit. So I create a place where people can come at any time and create a family. I create a place where people can come and enjoy the things that we used to do when we were back home. The small things that we were doing like children. And when we come together, all the stress are gone. And we can spend 2 hours, we eat our African food, we remember our stuff, we laugh, and people can go home peacefully and think about other things. So that's how I created that's how we started Kwesu. And the more we came together, we realized that some women have no job, some women have no one to talk to. So I made myself available to listen and just bring support to others. And after some time, as we were talking, as we were having those conversations, we start thinking, what is that we can do together? What is that we need? And with time, we just realized that women need skills. And then we open, what is that we can do? What skills that we can learn so that we can empower ourselves, we can go find jobs and so on. I just decided that we need to connect with other organizations. If this organization is doing something that the women will need, then we go and network with that organization and send a group of women to that organization. And with that, we work with Scala Business Center. We send some women there for other training, and then we send some women to Lip Science and Med School so that they can be part of what Lip is doing and so on. And ourselves, we decided to start a sewing school where we train women in sewing. They can do the sewing, and then after doing the sewing, they can start their own business. If they don't want to start their own business, they can go to factories and work like in factories.
CMT, is that what they call it? Yeah.
So they can go and do that. And so far, it has been so great and so. It just makes me happy.
And that is a way as well for them to earn an income.
And support
their family.
Support their family.
So you're fulfilling, the loneliness, the skills uplifting, and a lot of other stuff. Okay.
And then we train other women for the one that have qualifications from back home. We train them with computers so that at least they are ready for any job that cannot present or that cannot be available for them. So these are the things that we've done. And apart from that, we do some conference, we talk to women, we organize different workshops with different topics, and then we do that. And events. So these are the type of things that we do at Kwesu.
Tell you, we'll be right back. We'll just see some of what your work is. We'll be right back. We've spoken about some of your work, that you've been doing in Kwesu, and there's a lot that you're doing, they're training the women, empowering them, the sewing project. What are some of the challenges, if any, that you have experienced, as a woman or African expatriate woman or whatever in South Africa, or as an entrepreneur and a teacher, because you're multi-talented,
Challenges are, without challenge you don't do anything. And challenges are just part of it. And challenges are just like the one that are helping you understand what you're doing and who you are, what you're doing. So actually, you found sometimes that challenges are just people who are desperate, who do not believe in anything anymore. That's a challenge in itself. And you have to work hard to make those people believe in themselves and be able to believe in what we're doing. So that's a challenge as well. Another challenge is we started this program with we're doing it in our home, and it's get to the level where you can't do it in your home anymore. You have to go out there and you realize that you need material, you realize that you need equipment, you realize that you need these things. And finance get in without you knowing that really you need this amount and not that amount. And there is challenges such as the people that you're serving cannot move from one place to another because of a financial problem. So, and then you have to put yourself there because you want it to happen in their lives. So you want to help, and you cannot do magic. You cannot put yourself there. End of the day, you just need help. People need to help you so that you can help other people.
So you managing to address some of this has been through working with others and getting others in terms of support. With COVID, the pandemic, last year has affected a lot of people, positively and negatively. How has that been for you and Kwesu?
We had difficulties in terms of the ladies could no longer come to the center because of transport, because of the stage of COVID when it was
the lockdown.
There were nowhere to come to the center, so which means all their problems, all their struggle, they have to keep them, and the stress of COVID. So we tried to do some stuff online, which was not also easy because they need data, and data is not for free. So those are the challenge. And those who were not working, who were depending on our food, the food parcel that we give, could not come and fetch the food parcel. So it's another problem. So we have to drive around and give food to people here and there when we could. So at the same time, we have the opportunity to do masks. So
which was a positive. Because that way it got the women things to do, and at the same time.
So we managed to do the mask with the woman in the center. So when some lost their job, we were busy working. So which was something positive at the same time.
Okay. So what personal qualities, do you think you have that has helped you along the way, in terms of what you're doing and contributed to your success? Because you've been on TED Talk, you've got a lot of awards, you're a motivational speaker. What are the qualities that you think that you have? I know you're shy, but this is about selling ourselves. This is about sharing our story.
Sometimes somebody told me that, Patricia, you don't know some of your qualities. Because if you knew them, you would tap into them.
Okay.
One thing I know about myself, I'm a very courageous person.
Yeah, you took your risk to just say I'm going to South Africa to work. So very courageous.
I am also a very bold woman. I'm bold. I stand, and I keep going. Nothing stopped me actually. Nothing stopped me. And what else? I do persevere. That keep going. I do persevere. And I do enjoy a lot. I enjoy endurance. I'm sorry for endurance. And there's many more that I don't know, that I cannot explain.
Which other people will say. But it's just for people to know, and see that, okay, we need to sell ourselves and be able to, you might not necessarily be bold, but you might, have that perseverance spirit in you to keep going.
And another thing, I know I'm a very committed person. When I promise, when I say something, just as I said, I will do.
So what motivates you?
What motivates me to do Kwesu? Well, what motivates me in life?
Generally in life. Kwesu, life, what motivates
I
you?
love people. Okay. I'm a people person. Okay. People give me energy. I feel good when I'm with people. When I speak, I feel good.
Right.
And the energy I get from people push me up. And, just feel great.
So now let's come back to Africa generally, or our communities, even in South Africa, and I'm sure it's similar to various places in Africa. We have challenges of poverty, unemployment, and so on. And for me, I believe in always talking about solutions, even if they're not practical. So rather than dwell, on the challenges, which we know, we keep talking about it. So in your view, what more can be done, to address some of the challenges faced by our women or our young people? Let's just focus on those two.
Yeah, for me, we need to keep on working. Organizations, schools, different institutions need to keep working. And we need to work together. And mostly we must make sure that we're teaching people to be leaders. Those are the things, I think I learned these things when I was young. Many things that I was doing many things that we were doing when we were back at school was all about leadership.
So it has been kind of grooming you without you even realizing,
without you realizing,
you're able to step up boldly and courageously.
Yes. Because I remember all those things that I did at my church. We were movements that were happening in the afternoon of the church. And we were going there. It's a movement like scout meetings. And ours, we used to call it Kiro.
Right.
Kiro. So those movements, it's all about leadership. The games, everything that we were doing, it's all about leadership. We need more of these things so that kids can learn, so that African young women, young boys, or whoever can learn to step in, to be there for others. We need to teach these things. Right. So those are the things that we need to teach.
But it means part of it, from what you've said, part of it I believe is whereby you what's the word? You were volunteering as well. You were involved.
Yes.
You didn't, sit back in the church program, in other stuff. So what we're saying is, we need to work together, like you're saying, step up with more leadership training.
Step up, more leadership training, help kids to be involved, help kids to take responsibility of themselves, of the community, and so on. Train kids from early age to be leaders. Yeah. So these are the things.
So what future do you see for our young people, and what future do you see for Kwesu?
In the young people, I see people becoming businesswomen. I see young kids, the ones that we're taking to the sport, becoming leaders for sport, leaders in the companies, and so on. People who are leading, people who are taking responsibility, people who are creating things for other people. So this is what I'm seeing. People who are making sure that this community needs this and that, and I need to be part of the people who are making these things happen. So those are the people that I see coming from Kwesu. Those are the people that I see really, they are taking part in what we're doing now, and tomorrow they can be able to do it for other people.
So I know you, which I didn't know, it was well researching, I found that out, that you founded a football club. Tell us, because we're running now, in closing kind of. Tell me a little bit about that,
So we realized that we were working more with women. And then we just say, look, we need to include boys. Because somehow, some way, don't just empower women, empower also boys. Because we're looking at that gender-based violence. Why can't we start at early age teaching the boys to become gentlemen? Why are we just busy with women? Why are we just busy with girls? We should also think about the boys so that we can break the cycle of complaining about what men are doing.
At a later age.
At a later age. So we can start also with boys. As we're putting more energy with women, let's put also energy with men. And we're starting at early age. So that at least after a certain time, not only they will be fit physically, they will be fit spiritually, mentally, and
so holistically. So what are the needs that Kwesu has as a non-profit organization? I don't know how you get funded or how you because it's a not-for-profit organization which you run from kind of your heart and so on. How does it get funded and what are you need?
We need equipment for soccer. We need material. We need so many things that to make it work. Kids need to move from one place to another. Women
transport
is needed. Kit for soccer, and for women there is transport, there is computers, there is so many things that you need just to make the everyday operation happen. So you need many things.
Wow, well done, and thank you for impacting lives positively in Cape Town and Western Cape, which has a knock-on effect, on other parts, because some of the migrants, and expatriate women, from Zimbabwe, from Congo, from Malawi, you're turning their lives around, you're turning their family's life around, back in their home country. So you might think, you're just doing that in here. So well done, and keep doing that, and I pray that God will keep lifting you up to continue to be a blessing. Because I know sometimes the journey is but well done. So in closing, what advice or words of encouragement or anything that you have for our viewers? So if you just please tell them directly. Thank you.
One thing that I want to mention here, I want to talk about, sometimes when you feel like now I'm tired, I'm gonna take a break, I'm gonna stop. It's happened to me many times that I just say, okay, let me stop a little bit. And then you receive a message or a phone call from somebody saying to you, when are we having a meeting? So you might think that what you're doing is not important, but there are people who really need it. And the only advice, the only thing that I can tell people is to keep going, keep doing it. Not for you, but for other people. Especially when it's very tough. Remember, somebody in that moment, somebody needs you. And the beauty in it, when somebody needs me, it gives me the energy to keep going. Yeah, that the things that I can tell people, keep going, keep serving, keep being there for other people. Thank you.
Wow, powerful. That is so powerful. A risk taker, a bold, courageous woman. Keep going, you've heard it all. Somebody needs you, which sometimes we take for granted, especially in this day of COVID-19, which has made all of us kind of, I don't even know what to call it, unfriendly. We're locked in our home and we just totally all feel locked down, even though we're out there, but we all still feel locked down. Thank you for your time, and wishing you all the best, and wishing Kwesu all the best in life, and we hope, to have more conversations, like this.
For sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Well, guys, that's all we've got time for, and it's been an amazing conversation we've had. And I look forward to knowing more about Kwesu. Thank you to our dear sister and friend, Madam Patricia, for impacting lives in Cape Town. So remember, till next time, this is Mama K signing off. God is love. Stay healthy. Stay blessed. Love you all.